How's it going, everybody? I'm Woody. I'm having a great day. I hope you're having a great day too. Well, Pro Tour Amsterdam is in the history books, and it's not an auspicious history today, everybody. We have I think when you factor in all the decks together, we're looking at 25% Nadu, the new terror of the format. Nadu, the Winged Wisdom. 1 green blue. Wonder where we've seen that mana cost before. Anyway, we are looking at yet another potential problematic card in the format. Why? Well, the Nadu deck has proven itself to be very consistent, cannibalizing everything to make itself not only 5 of the top 8, but all of the top 4 were Nadu decks. So pretty problematic, surpassing even former crown of such degeneracy, Hogat, who I believe only put 1 of its decks in the top 8 of its respective Pro Tour. Now, what does that mean? The Pro Tour is, by and large, kind of an inbred metagame, and we do have to remember, Limited was a humongous factor in that. So, definitely no shade thrown to any of the 5 folks in the top 8 playing Nadu. I believe there was quite a bit of skill there, because God knows a lot of people were on Nadu, and only 5 of them made it to top 8. And quite a few made it to top 16, but let's not dwell on that right now. We've got other things to press on about, like how we had really no decks come to challenge it. Even like Necro Ring Dominance, let's call it, and Jeskai Control supposedly have good matchups and didn't. Not really. I mean, they made it to top 8, which is no small feat on a Pro Tour. Even when you factor in the Limited being a big deal, that's still quite a feat. Very great players. I mean, Seth Mansfield, winner of the last Pro Tour, top 8'd again. Just the caliber of folks we're dealing with here. You know, very, very skilled Magic players. Being said, we do have the 75k from out of Amsterdam, which very few Nadu decks, comparatively, in the top 8 or even top 16. What does that mean? It's kind of hard to tell. It is really looking like Nadu might be approaching emergency ban territory. It is very, very consistent, and the problem is Nadu is just a miserable deck to play with and against. That's really the big thing, because you go ahead, you target a creature, target it, you can only do it twice per turn, and you have to do that for each creature. And it's not deterministic. Like, you could fizzle when you go off with your Nadu turn. You could very well just not get anything. And without it being deterministic, it's quite a bit like KCI. Another deck, which it was very powerful. I actually think Nadu might just be that little bit less powerful than KCI. I know a little bit sacrilegious right now, but I do think it might be just a hair less. That being said, it is just as ponderous a combo and has a higher fail rate. Well, I think it's less powerful, in my humble opinion. That is not good. KCI was banned because it was a miserable tournament experience, a lot like Eggs, which is another deck that I feel like Nadu shares very similar energy with. Again, like these combo decks that are very drawn out, laborious combos to execute, even in paper where you could shortcut. That is also why I think now we haven't been getting Moto results, which, I mean, I get tinfoil hat time, very convenient right before the PT, but even then, Nadu wasn't dominating. It was still very, very powerful, but again, Moto uses a chess clock system. That's Nadu's mortal enemy. It simply cannot deal with that. It is a very slow, ponderous, fiddly combo. Also, and this is why normally I would just be like, well, we've got till August. If it is that bad, we'll kind of let it figure it out. It is just the Pro Tour. I know it is just the Pro Tour, saying that is kind of very flippant for such a high-profile event. but it is an event where limited is a big factor, and you have an insanely inbred metagame where, like everyone is kind of aware of what folks are going to be bringing. That's why Tron is usually so popular at these sort of things. But still, Nadu was such high representation there, high win rate, admittedly, in the hands of very, very skilled pilots. I don't even think saying skilled pilots of the deck has just not been around that long, just highly skilled players. So we're looking at kind of a perfect storm for it to really take off. But the problem is, from a tournament, and just organized play standpoint in general, we have modern RCQ season here coming up. Do you really want to be at an RCQ where the judges are required to babysit the Nadu players? Let me just put it to you this way. A friend at F&M was playing Nadu, and we were managing to keep track of the board state. It was just F&M, there wasn't really stakes on the line. I did have to, our last game, make him demonstrate the full extent of the combo, because I did have the bolt. If I top decked another one, I could have won. He was only at 4 life, so if I had top decked a bolt or a Pyrite Spellbomb, I had 1 bolt in hand. Play that, say go, Spellbomb, bolt, win. Didn't get there, wasn't what was on top, but the point still stands. The very real possibility that I could have won, so I had to make him demonstrate out the entire combo, even if he couldn't Thassa's Oracle me that turn. Which is pretty horrible. It's horrible. And the thing is, you can only target each creature twice. And that is a bit of a problematic. Again, the fizzle rate of Nadu. You get your Spring Heart and Tuco's out. You've got your Nadu. You're Naduing off all over the place. You're Naduing off on your opponent. And, you're gonna fizzle because you didn't have that. But wait, maybe I didn't target that one twice because my board state's all cluttered with all the crap going on. You target a third, I got the land trigger, blah, 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 go off. Very real possibility, and also, some folks could just get flustered, this is their winning in, they're really, really under pressure, and they legit forget they've targeted that token twice. So, you have, just nature of the card, very easy to, even unintentionally, violate the rules with it. And even when it's going smoothly, you're going as fast as you can, it's a time-consuming combo. It is not deterministic. You don't know what is on the top of your deck. You have no way to set it up, and it's not like it's a combo that draws your entire deck. You are only revealing and putting a land to play or putting a card into hand. And if you need lands, you could just get mana dork, mana dork, mana dork, mana dork. That was my 4 for the turn. Or you could get land, you could really go off, And there's no way to know. So if you're playing Comp REL as the Nadu player's opponent, it is in your best interest to force them to play it out. Which is not a good thing, because you either have to give them free wins or you force them to play it out, and it's super time consuming. That is not a great deck for tournament logistics. And I think that's going to be the kiss of death for Nadu. I would be very surprised if, I think come August, something, either Nadu herself, Tuco, or that core that I will put up on here, because I don't know what it does. No one will remember this card after Nadu. But something's going to be gone. I would be, honestly, I'm going to try to get this out this evening or before they would make a ban and restricted emergency announcement on Monday, because we very well could have it. Unfortunately, due to, again, I don't want to be conspiratorial. It is, I will admit, very odd timing that, we can't see Moto decks right before the Pro Tour. I still think it was just that. It was just a coincidence. But, we don't have them, but I bet you Wizards has that data. It'll be very interesting to see what happened if we ever do get the data, or if it's just completely occluded from this time. I'd be very shocked if we don't see some action on Nadu. Definitely by August, maybe even sooner than that. Could even be an emergency ban situation. Still kind of hard to tell on that one. I could still see them letting it ride. Again, the problem is most of the Magic is being played on Magic Online for Modern Horizons. It's not Modern RCQ season just yet. And Nadu is, while you don't have that, I can accidentally target my thing a third time, you do have the fact that that is a very labor-intensive, quick-through combo. And if you are playing for stakes, most folks are going to make you show it. So you have to quick through all that, and then the chess clock is slowly counting down. And might not be enough time for you to win. You might just be timed out and automatically lose. Happens, kinda. One could argue, is that the most sporting behavior? Meh. I generally think if you're going to play that laborious a combo, you kind of sign up for that risk. But that is also going to artificially suppress Nadu's win rate. Much like how Heliod combos win rate is generally artificially suppressed because of how horrendous it is to play on Moto. A very laborious deck to quick through each interaction every time, burning time that you need to win the following match. If you lose, yeah, it's just so laborious, everything you do. No matter how much you shortcut it, how good you are at manipulating the Moto UI, it takes a lot of time. And like I said, Nadu could be worse. It could be just the sheer amount of stuff you have to do on Moto is really artificially suppressing those win rates. And I don't know. It's just, the problem is, like, as you watch it played, like, it's never a good thing when you watch a deck being played and your first thoughts are KCI and eggs. That's generally pretty bad. Wizards does not like those decks being tier 1 because of how miserable they make the tournament play experience. For not only the viewers at streams at home, the players, the judges, everyone involved. And yeah, that's generally what gets action taken, so it'll be interesting to see. Still a little undecided personally. I think we have to look at the fact that limited records and the Pro Tour being a very, very inbred insular metagame. Hard to say what that means for the deck. Could mean everything, could mean nothing. I'm not looking forward to run into all the new Nadu players on MTGO. I'm watching them click through their combo and not really know how to manipulate this stuff on MTGO. That's not going to be fun, but where we are for the foreseeable future, at least. But like I said, I would be very surprised if Nadu has any time past August, if Nadu isn't gone by then. But again, that's just what I think. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. If you like this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you're new here, subscribe. I try and post Magic content at least once or twice a week here. Getting back into the swing of things. Had a little bit of a hiatus when Modern got real rough there. But now we're back into it. Also, feel free to let me know, how do you like VR chat for these sort of just talking videos where I just speak about stuff, have something a little bit more visual. I tend to move around a lot and talk with my hands, so this is another thing. I figure it's a little bit more interesting than just my VTuber over here and Firefox or something pulled up and just babbling about that. I always slide against creators who do that sort of thing, but I feel like this is just a little bit more ergonomic to a conversation. So again, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.